And we are live. What is up, guys? Praxeology Prodigy back with another Red Pill Lens movie review. Let me just check the audio real quick. Alright, audio is great. Okay, guys, so today we have They Live. John Carpenter's They Live. I was reading that apparently it's a cult classic, meaning there's it didn't get mainstream recognition at first. This is from what I can gather, but then as time went on, it kind of gathered a cult following due to its message, which is interesting. So, and it is an interesting movie as well. I was expecting because I read a synopsis for the film, and it was talking about a dystopian future or past, things like that. And I was like, okay, so it's probably gonna have this main character guy with a hen, and they're fighting some aliens or bad guys, and your regular 80s flick. But it was something completely different. It was actually surprisingly red pill. It was really red pill, actually. Very masculine, a very strong presence. And the crazy thing is, I think I mentioned it already. There's a commenter named 5-Star General, which recommended I watch the movie. Which, thank you very much, Mr. General, because it was a really great movie indeed. So I thank you for that. And I was also watching one of Rolo's streams a few weeks ago. It was probably a month ago, and he also referenced the movie They Live, and I was like, okay, well, there must be something to this. So I went ahead and watched it. Have a little review here ready for you guys, so please stay tuned for this. And I'm a little out of touch, by the way, because it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks with these reviews, so I'm kind of getting back into it. I don't have much reviews. I might have a few loaded up. I haven't checked, but I've been eager to get this one done. But things come up. So all right, let's jump right into it. So first point, we get our main character, and he's on some train tracks. The movie goes really slow. Actually, it's fucking slow at the start. You kind of don't know what's going on. And it kind of builds up rather quickly. It's like a snowball effect. All movies have a snowball effect, but it's a really slow snowball effect on this one. It starts off really small. And maybe it's not even a snowball effect. It's like an exponential effect. You guys ever seen those graphs where it just drags on for ages and ages, and then as soon as you get towards the end, it just shoots right up? It kind of felt like that to an extent. But I'll give it the snowball side of things, right? But yeah, he's coming from Colorado. He's new to the city, trying to max out Trinity because there's no more jobs or bitches where he was at. But I'll give him this. He looks tall. He looks in badass shape. So we'll give him 90% on his look side of Trinity, okay? But all the other stats for Trinity will be low just because we don't know much of him, okay? So we can't give him a complete rating. That's just not fair. And while he's walking around, why did I say walking? Walking. Walk. I don't want to say walk like walk. Chong. What the fuck? Do I say walk like walk, chong, or do I say walk? Walking here. I am walk. Do I pronounce the entire word or walk? Do I do a little cut on the L? I'll just say walk. Fuck it. I don't care. Walking around, and he gets to a preacher in the park that is preaching. Okay, and he is preaching. He says some fun words, some very moving words and phrases and sentences, and yeah, that's cool. And this motherfucker is Nostradamus. He's trying to RP aware everyone in the public. But what the public does is just sits there and right? Just like us, the viewer. We just sit there and watch the movie like NPCs. Funnily enough, like I said already, it shows NPCs just standing around and also watching TV and shit when we get to this encampment, which we'll talk about in a bit. Next point. So, good on the main character, which we'll call him... What did I call him? What the fuck did I call him? Sunglasses Chad. Sunglasses Chad, okay? So, Sunglasses Chad finds a job in a construction site. But bro, he has like zero game. Our main character really needs to up his social calibration a bit. He's a bit monotone, right? He needs to tap into his anima a little more. Too much animus keeping him broke, from what I can tell. I get that he's most likely a high test guy from back in the day when their water was pure and clean with no additives. But no excuse to never adapt, right? But he makes a new friend. A black guy, the Black Chad. What did I call him later on? We have Sunglasses Chad, and then we have... What did I call the Black Chad? I think it was like Tyrone Chad or some shit. Let me see what his name was. Frank. His name is Frank. Okay, so he makes a friend with Tyrone Chad, Black Chad, Frank. Alright, so Frank, he's a good guy, by the way, man. He hooked it up so much for Sunglasses Chad. Frank is the MVP of this movie. He really was. And he was like a little more socially calibrated, right? A little more socially aware. Right, but yeah, he makes a new friend called Frank, who's socially aware enough to understand that this dude's a chill dude, but he's just kind of reserved, right? So he shows him around, helps him get some Trinity points, introducing him to his own network. So shout out to Frank for helping Sunglasses Chad with that. Next point. Then we get our introduction to the hacker. Okay, the hacker is a dude that pops up on the TV screen just trying to wake everyone up, trying to red pill everyone. So basically Andrew Tate or Rolo or anyone, right? Trying to wake people up, like, yo, wake the fuck up. Probably Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's a little more in their face, like this hacker guy, right? He's like the Morpheus, right? Waking everyone up, telling them literally straight to their fucking face, you're getting finessed, you're getting fucked in every which way, wake the fuck up. But people just say, oh, he said women can't drive. Like, dude, come on, bro. Use your brain, bro. Come on, do some action. Okay, but yeah, and kind of like the preacher from earlier, we see he's trying to wake up all of the TikTok brains to get out of the apple juice mental slavery. And I say apple juice because there's a secret code in there, so they can think for themselves and stand up against the propaganda machine that is brainwashing them and keeping them enslaved. I guess you can say, for lack of a better term, the Matrix, right? Trying to keep everyone blue pill and keeping the red pill hidden. Even though the blue pills so strongly believe in the system, kind of like Sunglasses Chad did at first until he got screwed by it, right? The main character. So he had to move to a new city, start a new life, and then figure out what really is going on, right? But anyway, now our main character is slowly waking up due to the hacker, because he's putting the pieces together. Next point. So he then sees some activity going on in the church across the street from the encampment, the homeless encampment that they're at, and finds out an entire operation is coming out of it. So he goes in, checks it out, and he has an encounter with the preacher. And I like how the preacher bestows upon the main character the prodigal son mission, and he's like, you will come back, or you will see the light. I forgot what he said to him, but yeah, it was a really cool little encounter there. And a bit of time after this, the apple juice controlled Matrix and their agents their Agent Smiths comes and they destroy the hackers' facility, their church. Dude, the imagery, like the, what do you call the metaphors? It's so powerful in this fucking movie, bro. It really is. It's just like when you get red pilled for the lizard people. um, yo, you start to see a lot of things. You're just like, what the fuck, man? This movie really is ahead of it, dude. It is from the 80s. I mean, you kind of see hundreds of years. Come on, everyone kind of knew for the past hundreds of years, but still, for them to make for Hollywood lizard people to let this fly by and not see this, dude, what the fuck, man? It just flew under the radar. I mean, maybe they knew about it, but they're just like, whatever, let this guy do his thing. But dude, the imagery, the representation of it, and when I say imagery, I mean the metaphoric use of their image, and it is blatant at sometimes, but sometimes you have to kind of be in the know for what's going on. So yeah, really cool, really artistic. Yeah, so they come and destroy the hackers' facility and the hackers that are trying to wake the people up from their mental and financial slavery. Right? Very interesting how they brought out the bulldozer as well for the to clear out a small section of their majority-owned city. Sounds familiar. Throughout the chaos, the main character is watching all of the mayhem and is realizing what it's all about. Control. So he sees the hacker group getting dismantled, but in order to keep the message alive, he must survive. And he sees a fellow bro, and I love the part where he gives him his hand. It's compassion, the Jesus imagery. It's perfect, man. Really, really beautiful and well done in this movie. Then he helps the fellow lost YouTuber, initials YT. Okay. Blonde hair, blue-eyed YouTuber. We'll call him that. So, and yeah, he gets the lost YouTuber with the other lost YouTubers, and they're in a corner because these lizards are trying to bulldoze them out of existence. Because the Apple Juice Mafia is trying to end the YouTubers once and for all. Their entire existence, their entire being. Really sad, right? Very unfortunate that they are not aware enough to understand what is happening and why it is happening to them. Next point. So after this atrocity, the main character goes back to the church and finds the sunglasses in a box. And once he puts them on, holy shit, bro, this movie just becomes an entirely different movie. It is insane how accurate it is to this day, how powerful the propaganda machine has become. It's become even stronger with the digital age, right? Then after we have our iconic scene with the sunglasses, the main character does what everyone wishes they can do and goes on a rampage against the Matrix. And bro, the way he wages war on the lizard people that's red pill, man. There's no other word to put it. He takes the red pills, like complete and utter red pill rage, right? He puts on the glasses and just goes on a fucking streak, on a Rambo style rampage with he has a shotgun, he has a 12 gauge, right? And Rambo has his M60. But dude, well done. And yeah, next point. He finds an innocent YouTuber hen that he decides to war bride. Rating for this baddie, like baddie, which she only has a small part in the film, but we'll give her a solid 7 out of 10. Why is she a 7 out of 10, you ask? It's because she has that nice physique. She has that classic style as well from the 80s, so the feminine YouTuber chick style. And also, she knows her place automatically to the moon. And I know she's a little old, okay, but she's like that. She has that nice look to her. There's just I really can't put my finger on it, but it's that old classic 80s look. Okay. But the main guy, Sunglasses Chad, this is where I made up the name. We'll call him Sunglasses Chad. He gets betrayed by the hen, and her name is Radio Hen Holly, right? Because she works at a radio station, the propaganda machine. She works underneath the Lizard Mafia, and she undoes the war bride status by pushing Sunglasses Chad out of a window, off a building, back into the streets. Back to square one. Okay. Yeah, she wouldn't survive our ancestral past, right, if she tried to undo the war bride. Next point. This is a quick point. Then Sunglasses Chad tries to unplug his best bud Frank, but they have this badass 10-minute fight scene, which it's choreographed obviously, but it looks so lit. It's not all cut up into bits and pieces. They just let it play out. They just let the fight go on until they're completely out of breath and exhausted from their physical encounter, right? But it's lit, man. Come on, it's lit. He then forces Frank to unplug, and they both can see everything now. They built that brotherhood bond of unplugging together and seeing the world for what it really is, right? Very powerful, very nuanced. Is that a right place where I can use that word nuanced? Not really. I don't think so. I just ran out of shit to say. Next point. So then the dude from the church finds them somehow in downtown in a random hotel, and he invites them to this secret meeting, and they get to the meeting, and you will never guess who showed up. The fucking radio hen, who's come on, man. Why are you there? How do you know they're there? Right? I'll touch on it later, a little bit later on, why she's there. But just as Sunglasses Chad was gonna date IQ her and riz her up, the lizard people come and indiscriminately start killing the YouTubers blatantly. And then the government gave them more relief money, and they said, chant your song. First we take Manhattan, then we take Berlin. But nah, yeah, the shootout scenes were lit as fuck. And I like how they infiltrated the radio station. It felt like something out of a GTA game, right? Or a fucking Scarface movie where the good guys, Frank and Sunglasses Chad, find their way into the radio station by complete coincidence, which makes sense, right? But next point. I know I skipped a lot, but this movie really doesn't have much to it. I mean, other than the imagery, I'm trying to think of this word. The metaphors, right? It's like the juxtaposition of real life and their world. So next, final point. Then, in true blue pill fashion, Sunglasses Chad tries to save Radio Hen. Right? He finds her in the midst of all the chaos that is going on in the radio station, but Frank unfortunately pays the ultimate price for it. Right? So Radio Hen basically was a double agent. The female, she, from the start, right, she got the sunglasses, she was able to see the world, but she was an agent all along. She already knew what was going on because she worked underneath the Lizard Mafia. And so she said, well, there should be a way to find their next hiding spot, which is how she infiltrated. Sorry guys, I woke up early. I'm just fucking waking up early now, and I'm staying with it. Sorry. So Yeah, and where the fuck was I at before I yawned? Lost train of thought. Yeah, she was working at the radio station. She said, let's find out some more hiding spots or hideouts or get-togethers, and she led the bulldozer squad to the next hideout, which is very interesting. How as soon as she showed up, um, the bulldozer squad shortly came after her, right? So I don't know how Sunglasses Chad made this mistake, but right, sometimes pussy gets the best of us. All right. So I'll let it slide just for now because I mean, come on, high test, dude. You wouldn't think this innocent, quote unquote, innocent YouTuber chick would do anything like that to you, right? But at the very end, Sunglasses Chad has to make the ultimate sacrifice that redeems his slightly blue pill mistake with an ultimate red pill move. He kills the radio hen and he shoots the radio that exposes the lizard people before getting shot down by a mercenary and dies with the finger up to the Matrix. Red pill as fuck, can't be topped. Movie score. Since this movie didn't have much intersexual dynamics, I will have to use the political / religious red pill score just for this movie, unless I ever find out another movie that's similar to this. But red pill score, this is a 10 out of 10. Because it is a perfect introduction to those who are not red pill aware of the lizard people and their control in real life. It's also 10 out of 10 red pill with the intersexual dynamics, because it's really masculine, very man focused, right? Centered around a man's point of view, right? Now it's not washed down or bottled down with fluffy language and fluffy themes that are very pertinent to today's propaganda filled movies. Okay, it's also crazy how they said by 2025 in the film the world will be changed, and look what's happening. Like what's literally happening right now in 2024, early 2024, as of this recording. It's like 2025 is really panning out to be that year. But 0 out of 10 blue pill score. John Carpenter really didn't hold back. Okay, so those motherfuckers really are the lizard people, man. Like when I first got unplugged about the lizard people stuff, I actually thought the same thing. I was like, because after I got unplugged recently about this topic, I was like, looking, I was like, a lot of them really have similar traits, right? Look at Marky Mark over here, where he's not the Marky Mark, but the CEO Monopoly Marky Mark, where you know how people always like, oh, he's like a robot or lizard. Look how he drinks water. Look at how his eyes move. You see that kind of common with a lot of them. You know what I mean? A lot of they live people just move like lizards, man. It's fucking weird. Maybe not all of them, but some of them is really it's curious how the saint says it. Curious. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of The Saint and the Sinner a lot too recently. I need to come back to creating instead of consuming. Yeah. But yeah, great fun movie, guys. Check it out. It's really interesting if you kind of want to get a little artistic with the lizard people and their agenda, right? With what's going on. But yeah, again, shout out to 5-Star General for recommending this movie to me. I really liked it, bro. Thank you so much. Now I'm gonna go buy some Ray-Ban drifters and carve the "They Live, We Sleep" logo on the sides of them with my little pocket knife right here. That's gonna look hard as fuck when I do that, when I pull up. So yeah, timestamps will be up later. If you guys have any recommendations like 5-Star General had for me here, feel free to let me know. I will review it and I will give you my thoughts. So yeah, perfect timing for this movie. Other than that, I have a list of movies that I'll do, so it'll be whatever. I believe the Mission Impossible, the last one, should be coming out soon. I'll have to check on that, so I'll probably just finish that series, which I don't want to fucking finish that series, dude. It is a dread finishing these blue pill series up. It is just feels like an eternity. I think that's the other reason why I haven't been streaming too, because I kind of got drained from all the blue pill. I try to find some red pill stuff. I know I have some red pill movies I have on that list, and yeah. All right, so like I said, timestamps will be up later. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it. We.